Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the natural gas, gold, silver, and the US dollar update. So today we'll be doing price action as well and support resistance levels to potentially play off of, and the most likely scenario that the price will be heading into later this week. And feel free to subscribe, like, and share if you guys learn anything. And let's get started. So right now we're looking at NG, natural gas, on the daily time frame. So for those of us that's been here, we've been looking at this looking line, resistance, and support. So resistance, 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 resistance. So 4 touches over here. And support, 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 support. So we're getting pretty tight as well. And now we're looking at this downtrending resistance for our next break. So right here, 1, 2, 3 touches. And currently we are just shy under it. And we are holding quite well because of we recently confirmed our very first daily uptrend over here since all the way back here. So it's been a while since we confirmed a daily uptrend. So that's a good sign. The more trend changes and pivots that we set along the way as we go up, the more support you'll have on the way up or on the way down as well. So currently, this is our pivot right here on Monday, the 23rd. Sorry, that's 11th, not the 23rd. And now we have set a new pivot. So this is the next move up. Now the move down here. Now we have set a new pivot here. So that's going to be our next level of support now that the bulls will be playing off of. So most likely people will be setting their stop losses below today's low. And pretty much what we got from this morning, if we zoom into the hourly time frame, get a better look on what happened, you can see we have support at 2.6, which you can see was acting as strong resistance prior. See all these wicks above, meaning that we couldn't get over it after testing it 6 times, let's just say 6 hours. And now, so we come down to it, it's going to act as support because we are above it. So you can see we bounced here and we tested again today. And so bears couldn't take it lower. That means full volume comes back in because if bears can't break a certain level of support, then least pathway of resistance would be the other side. So hence we got the bull volume coming in. And now that looks like a bull flag to me. So let's take a measure to see if it is bull flag or not. So pretty much we are in a bull flag as long as we measure from the bottom of the move. So that's A to B to the top of the move. And as long as we don't retrace 38.2% of that move, which is this yellow looking area right here, it's a bull flag. So we're still within the bull flag territory. So we could still pull back a little bit, and then break above it. So if we break above that, that's a confirmed bull flag. Right now, it's just still flagging. So not confirmed yet, as long as we don't break today's high. We'll see if that happens. Shaping up, wanting to break very soon. So very likely it'll break tomorrow. And we'll get an hourly bull flag confirmed once it does. So once it breaks that, we're back looking at pretty much 2.75. And it will pretty much coincide close to this. Because if you go into Tuesday, let's see, market opens roughly around here. So if we break above that and market opens around here, we get just one slight candle above it, right? Let's measure how many percent that is. 0.5, right? So we're pretty darn close to the mirror looking trending down resistance line, 0.8 away. So that's meaning that's going to be 2 resistance right above us, coinciding with each other over here when market opens tomorrow. So that will be a level that potentially may get some rejections. So here, let's say if we come back up here, which tomorrow will come up here, that mirror looking like as well as 2.75 level at the same time, you can see we have rejected here a couple times already and rejected from this downtrending mirror looking resistance. So there's a chance that if we do come back up here, we reject again and potentially just tighten up into October. See, this is a tightening range. Move up, big move down, big smaller move, smaller gets smaller and gets smaller, and it just gets smaller. That's what an equilibrium tightening range is. One of the patterns, and once it breaks out of it, we'll have a lot of volumes come in to the bull or the bear side. So now, so that's why if we do reject from that, it will likely come back down and tighten up. There's also a chance that we could break out of it here as well. Because nobody says we need to go to the end of the pattern, because we are already getting pretty tight. We've been tightening up for ever since August. So it's been 1.5 months. So it's been tightening up. We also have a daily uptrend confirming here. So there's a decent chance that we may actually break out of it. But I want to see what happens when we test this 2.75, 2.6 level tomorrow. Say we break above it, right, tomorrow, and then you see bull volume increasing and coming in at the same time when that breaks, we're going to go straight to 2.8, which is another resistance right above us. And ideally, we get a back test for that break and then retest the support, and then bulls hold it, and then we bounce from there. That would be the most ideal scenario a bull can hope for. So that just means that we get a break and retest, meaning the bulls are actually serious about breaking, taking this higher, because they're playing defense at the prior resistance, now acting support, and then taking higher. That would be the best case. And what do? You just add, once we retest that support, bounce, add there, set your stop loss below that support. If you're wrong, we roll back over, get a small loss. If you're right, we may go head higher. We'll see if it backtest. Sometimes it doesn't backtest, it just goes straight up and then hits the next level resistance. But the ideal scenario would be a backpack of that. So yeah, hourly bull flag is our guide. So we'll see if it breaks out tomorrow or not. So from there. Right, take a look at UNG. UNG is similar. They always trade together, similar price action. So UNG is a tradable ticker for Natgas. And also a daily uptrend confirming right here when we broke above at this level. And now it formed its new pivot. There, pull back, bounced. Same thing. If gas breaks above, now we're looking at this downtrending resistance line, 2.2% away. It's not as clear because there's this in the way, but it would be for our visual guide. You can see here. And I wouldn't say this one would be that strong of a resistance, but if net gas breaks above that downtrending one, UNG will also break above this downtrending resistance and likely head to this 7.17 level, which is pretty much the middle ground resistance for everything. You can see how many times we have rejected and bounced off of this level. Let's look if we have a bull flag as here. We do have a bull flag here as well. Although we broke above it slightly, let's just call it a ran out of time kind of thing, because that was pretty much at the close end of the day. Let's see here. Yep, we didn't retrace. We're still well above 0.382. But this is what a bull flag looks like when it breaks out. But it didn't. There's not a fall through here at the moment. Let me take a look at the second last candle on the hourly. Let's get that gas here. So net gas did make a new high, so I can see why UNG broke out over here. But it's a barely a break. So let's see if we actually confirm the actual break tomorrow when there's more time in the day. But yeah. So yeah, hourly trend will be our guide, and then we'll continue. See if it breaks up or not. Take a look at the daily trend is still an uptrend, so that would be our guide as well. Intact. There's nothing to worry about. All right, let's take a look at gold. Give me a second here. Okay, gold is finally bouncing after talking about it on Friday, where it's starting to have relative strength because of it's been relative weak after hitting resistance. Now after hitting support, it's shifted to relative strength. And you can see that on Friday. We're looking at the dollar where it's negating its strength now because they're inversely traded. But when you see you see that they start to negate the dollar strength, that means when dollar just pulls back a slightly tiny bit gold is going to bounce pretty big because of that relative strength. And essentially, that's what we got. And we are currently above it, this downtrending resistance line. Rejection, rejection, rejection. And we have closed above it the first time, actually. So we may actually get more follow through back up to 1940. So yeah, it's a good sign. Hourly trend is our guide. We had in ever since you guys know how I always talk about hourly trend changes are the very first step for either the bears or the bulls to take it in their directions. So you can see very clear hourly downtrend here. And once we formed an hourly uptrend here and hitting that support level where we shift from relative weakness to relative strength and confirming a hourly uptrend at the same time, now we're seeing bulls follow through with it because there's just a couple of bull signals confluence in one area. Usually that's what happens. So hourly trend will be our guide. If it continues, we'll likely come back up to 1940. Dollar pulled back, so that makes sense. You can see on Friday, the candle right here before today, the dollar didn't move much, 0.01% flat, and you can see gold had a big green candle, right? So that was a very clear relative strength. So when dollar pulled back today, 0.22%, it became even stronger. That's how relative strength and relative weakness works. And it pretty much negated the dollar strength on Friday. So yeah, the dollar is still in a healthy uptrend, so no signs of red flag yet. This could just as easily bounce back tomorrow, which is exactly the same scenario here. We're talking about back here. That we're still in a daily uptrend, so meaning that if we bounce off of this 12 EMA, we can very likely just continue upward. Right here, we pretty much just back tested the 105 level of support, and you can see all this level of resistance here prior, right? So it's acting as support right now. So we very likely just bounce off of here and head higher. We have a FOMC meeting on Wednesday, so that would dictate the dollar, the way dollar moves actually quite a bit, and the rates and everything. It's priced in as a rate hold at the moment, so, but we'll see how Jerome's speech is going to be like and his Q&A. As of now, it's still not in an hourly downtrend because this is just one initial move. This is the bounce. If we do break that 105, then that's a one hourly downtrend, confirming at the same time breaking a strong level of support. So we're very likely to get more follow through to this 104.7 level. Yeah, so very clear level of support right here. If it breaks or not, we'll get more follow through for sure because it'll confirm an hourly downtrend as well as a strong level of support. But if it bounces, it comes down here, double bottoms, bounces, then zero red flags from the dollar, absolutely zero. Because if you zoom out to the daily chart, nothing is. No signs of red flags shaping up at all. All right, take a look at silver. Silver, same thing with gold. All the metals are performing better after this relative weakness turning into relative strength on Friday. It bounced as well. It's not as strong as gold, but it's pretty much trading in the big picture where this is downtrending resistance and with this bottom support, very clear long-term picture. It's like a triangle. You can see support, bounce, 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 pretty much exactly. Resistance, resistance, resistance. It'll probably chop into this range for a while, come up, come back down. We'll see. Once it gets a little bit tighter down here, it may potentially break one of these ways. But at the moment, we'll have to be waiting until around October to see get any signs of that. But hourly trend, also our guide as well, is in an uptrend since we hit that level of support. Now bulls are showing up. So there's a sideways range today. We'll see if it breaks out of that bull and continue the hourly trend upwards. All right. Let's see what the next level resistance would be. Friday's high would be his first resistance, and then we'll be looking at 23.38 for the next level if we do break Friday's high. But yeah, we need to break Friday's high first. And even do that, we're probably coming back down here to retest that again. That'll be a very weak bounce after such a significant drop. So Friday's high is our first resistance, and we'll see if the dollar continues to go weak. It'll likely bounce more. All right, that's got it for you guys. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to comment below. And as well as feel free to support the channel, click the join button below. And if you guys will I do Sunday videos for members only, and take a look at the video in the join button to explain what everything is. And I'll see you guys in the stock market update video that I'll be filming right now. Make sure to check that out if you guys trade the stock market, QQQ, S&P 500, as well as Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.